as we continue the coverage of the elections nationwide. Let's head over to Rivers State to get updates from our correspondent, Ovieteme George, on the situation in the state. Ovieteme, thank you for joining us. Well, you are not playing football today. The last time I saw you, you were trying to play football with people who refused to come out to vote. But what's the update from Rivers State, which is a major battleground in this process?
Well, this is Port Harcourt, the River State capital. We are in the INEC office, and of course behind me, the banner tells the story of the collation office, where INEC is giving the assurance that it is making the people's vote count and consolidating on democracy in Nigeria. Well, I'm not playing football today, like you rightly pointed out, but we are here waiting for the official announcement of 6 local government areas. Note that 17 have been announced, and all 17 going the way of the People's Democratic Party, more like Sim Fubara, coasting home. But then we still have 6 local government areas to be announced here at the Collation Center. Okay, the 6 are Degeba local government area, Asari Toro local government area, Akoko Toro local government area, all 3 in the Kalabari area of the Ijo ethnic nationality. And then we also have Port Harcourt, Ahoda West, and Obiakpo local government area, where I played football with some folks who had somewhat given up on the democratic setting and tenets of Nigeria. But we believe that many persons will see the reason to participate in future elections in Nigeria. So that's it. We're waiting for 6 local government areas, and let's just see how it goes. This is just past 10. The opening time was 10 o'clock, we were told yesterday. Now we're running behind schedule as we wait for them. But you see, it is best to delay and then start the process and finish off the 6 local government areas than having intermittent breaks, you might say. Dr. Abati.
All right. In terms of, we've had a few reports, and you yourself, beyond voter apathy, of some of the irregularities that have perhaps marred the elections. Whilst we await the announcement of, or the collation of the results, and subsequently announcement of the result in Rivers State, can you share with us if there were any improvements? Because I saw when you did the report, you were trying to encourage some of the young men to still go out to exercise their franchise, and then also in terms of the reports on some irregularities. Were there any successes recorded? Any improvements recorded? What's the general atmosphere, particularly with regards to security and the process in Rivers State?
Mayor, please, you may have to repeat your question. I'm struggling to hear you. It's quite low here.
All right. Ovieteme, I was asking you with regards to, I'll just keep it straight, in terms of the security situation and the process in Rivers State. Were there any improvements recorded from your last report, or is the feeling still quite despondent amongst the electorate?
I would say security has always been beefed up from day one when the election started in Rivers State, talking about the 32 constituencies in the House of Assembly and, of course, the governorship. While the constituencies could be dealt with elsewhere, where we are waiting for 6 for the local, for the governorship elections. Security has been top-notch, at least for the places I visited. Now, getting to this INEC office where we have the collation center, the security outside is like this. Whatever that means, we have, of course, all the security personnel, top-notch, so to speak, doing their job. Security is okay, and I think I could confidently say I'm safe where I am. The elections haven't been concluded yesterday, so that's the little I can say about security. It's been okay so far.
I want to ask you about protests, about the results that are coming in. How has INEC been handling this? Because you see, the regular refrain is that people make protests, but little or nothing is done as regards protest of the results, and they just carry on and they announce things, and nothing is done. I'm sure there have been a lot of protests as regards the results.
Well, the results were announced here, 17 of them, and of course, you know, there are disputations. Agents of other political parties have not been comfortable with what they are getting here. But Is that peculiar to River State? I don't think so. I've been watching collation and announcement of results in other states, and I've been seeing what's been happening elsewhere also happening here. There have been disputations about where they cast their ballot, results that were announced, and then discrepancies. But this, sadly, I can say, have come to be a recurring decimal in Nigerian democratic narrative, where there are disputations all the way to the collation center, and then what has now become a popular saying in Nigeria today is, if you don't like it, go to court.
Obieteme, can you identify those local governments?
To have their own.
Obieteme, can you hear me? Can you identify those local governments and state the nature of those disputes?
Well, in Kana, there was sporadic gunfire for about 1 hour. And eventually, some were arguing their elections never took place in some polling units. Here, they argued it out at the collation center. And others said, well, there was election. So you see, it was a concatenation of erring voices, more like consonants clustering together without making any cogent sound or meaning. But that's about the political party and their agents. I want to say sometimes when it doesn't go the way of the person who is complaining, he has a valid point. But tomorrow, if it favors him, he may not be complaining, and then the others will also be complaining. So I really cannot place an alert finger on all the local government areas where there were arguments. But the fact remains that there were disputations here at the collation center while we await the announcement of 6 local government areas, with 17 already going to the People's Democratic Party.
Yes, I mean, killings in Buri, in Kana local government, also in Ahoada, and also 22 BVA machines, hijacked there in River State. But about protests, are you with me? Hello?
Process will commence. Excuse me, sir, you can sit down, okay?
Okay.
So you can see them coming in. So we just believe in a few minutes' time, we can get the 6 local government areas that are to be announced today. Degema, Asaritoro, Akokotoro, Port Harcourt, Obiakbo, and Ahoda West, all to be announced today. Hopefully, without any interruptions, we can just leave here in a few hours' time.
Well, I was going to ask you about, are you there? Hello, Vieteme, are you still with us?
Hear you clearly, Dr. Abati.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask you about protests in Rivers. You recall that 2 days ago, about 5 or 6 of the gubernatorial candidates, including Tonya Cole, including Magnus Abe, including the candidate of the ADC, including Dumolulu Briggs, came out and said they were being intimidated. After the election itself, Rotimi Amechi had said this was a contest between PDP and police and INEC against all the others. Now, what's the mood in the state?
Graveyard silence, I would want to say, because we haven't really heard much from those who are actually complaining. That is the candidates of the political parties. We believe that can be handled as the results come in. Yes, sir.
How are you?
Well, that's the resident electoral commissioner. So, Dr. Bati, I'll crave your indulgence for us to just start now. They're about to start. They're waiting on me, actually. Thank you.
Very much. Thank you. We'll come back to you once the remaining results are announced. So Vieteme George there, a Rice News correspondent reporting from Port Harcourt. The big issue about Rivers, apart from the snatching of beavers machines in Buri, the killing of APC campaign director, the violence in Mohio, is also the protest, the lack of confidence in the process, as had been indicated by those 5 gubernatorial candidates who, before the election on Friday, in fact, staged a protest. And, Rotimi Amechi, former minister, coming forward to say, look, their worst fears, have been confirmed. But the whole thing about all of this, is that at the end of the day, would the people trust the outcome? We have states where there are doubts about the outcome of the results. In Lagos, The governor, as I pointed out earlier on, has talked about working together with other people. But across the country, I've been talking about how do we heal? How do we reconcile? Take Lagos, for example. If you are an able man living in Lagos, and you know that during the election, for electoral purposes, being an able man in Lagos became an offense. How will you feel after the election has been determined one way or the other? Will you feel comfortable? Will you trust the same government? Will you trust the same political group that demonized you? Even Yoruba people were targeted. I mentioned yesterday the example of Sisi Yemi, who is a Mrs. Yemisi Odusanya. They said she looked like Igbo, and that became an issue. I'm sure they must have thought you look like Igbo too. You know, Anyway, let's go to Bauchi now as we continue the coverage of the elections in Nigeria. Let's go back to Bauchi State to get the latest update on results collation.
That is actually there is the one that is transferred directly. So you have the privilege to confirm whatever we say from the declaration, that whether it's tallied with the projected or not. If anything, you can just bring to our notice, okay? Because the bigger form is cumbersome. So we are going to use the smaller form for the declaration purposes. I hope that's clear. So we'll start with the individual scores for the respective local governments and for the respective parties. I will start with the first total number of registered voters. 2,749,268. 2,749,268. Total number of accredited voters for the 20 local governments, 1,058,381. 105,8381. Number of votes received by each of the political parties. Party AA, 629. 629. AAC, 283. 283. ADC, 1,571. 1571. ADP, 1,924. 1924. APC, 432,272. 432,272. APM, 1,188. 1188. APP, 397. 397. LP, 1,488. 1488. NNPP, 60,496. 60496. NRM 1155. 1155. PDP 525,280. 525280. PRP 3061. 3061. SDP 4335. 4335. ZLP 300. 300. Total valid votes 1,034,379. 1,034,379. Rejected votes 15,221. 15221. Total vote cast 1,049,600. 1,049,600. Now the declarations. I, Professor Abdul Karim Sabo Mohammed, hereby hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2023 Bauchi State Governorship election held on the 18th day of March 2023. The elections were contested and the candidates received the following votes. 1. Musa Magaji, Party AA, 629. 629. Idris Buhari Adamu, AAC, 283. 283. Saleh Awalu Tahiru, ADC, 1,571. 1571. Usman Dankerana Mustafa, ADP, 1,924. 1924. Abubakar Sadiq Baba, APC, 432,272. 432,272. Isa Awal, APM, 1,188. 1188. Kabiru Abdul Hamid, APP, 397. 397. Abubakar Ibrahim, LP, 1,488. 1488. Halliru Dauda Jika, NNPP, 60,496. 60496. Saleh Suleiman, NRM, 1,155. 1155. Muhammad Bala Abdul Qadir, PDP, 525,280. 525280. Umar Farooq Ahmad, PRP, 3,061. 3061. Muhammad Aminu, SDP, 4,335. 4335. Hassan Khalid, ZLP, 300. 300. That Muhammad Bala Abdul Qadir of PDP, having satisfied the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you. Please, all political party agents, we need you here, please, to append your signatures, please. Please don't go away, please.
The results from Bauchi State Collation Center. Earlier on, we had Omar Bazuaye, our correspondent, reporting from Bauchi, and he has said one more local government to go. And now all the local governments are in, and the returning officer just declared the People's Democratic Party candidate, incumbent Governor Bala Mohammed, as winner with a total of 525,280 votes in that election. So in Bauchi State, we have another incumbent governor being returned to his position. That's the situation. There are 20 local governments with the governor leading in most of the votes. So there you have it.
Early predictions had stated, so no surprises there. However, we're still waiting for the official announcement by INEC. Again, Doctor, like you mentioned, the power of the incumbency. It's been quite a race between the Governor Bala Mohammed and the APC candidate, who's Ambassador Sadiq Baba Abubakar. And despite the race towards it, the president had come to Bauchi as part of the campaign rally to endorse and to obviously speak for the candidates of the APC. The APC was unable to oust the incumbent who is from the PDP. So that's one state gone to PDP now. We know that at the end of the day, we'll be able to ascertain how many states would go to the APC. Currently, I believe the APC is leading in terms of the number of states already won, with some states still undeclared. But this is a victory for the PDP and hopefully for the Bauchi state people.
So generally, we have Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, Lagos, Dapo Abiodun, Ogun, Muhammadu Yahaya of Gombe State, Mai Malabuni of Yobe State, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi. All of these governors who have been returned to to their positions. Okay, let's add Abdullahi Sule, also of Nasarawa.
State, yeah.
Okay, let's return to the polling center in Rivers State, where our correspondent, Uvieteme George, was reporting from earlier. And now we have the collation of results from Rivers State in the remaining local councils.
But we are telling you here that the same thing happened at the local government headquarters. And then you are telling us they don't have power. The power they have is derived from which law? And the one you don't have is hanging in which of the book? Let me also add to this presentation by reading what my agent sent to me, which I believe, out of 63 polling units registered in Ward 1, Origwe, 39 units was hijacked by the local government chairman, aided by Nigeria Police Force. Ward 5, the entire Ward 5 after accreditation was also hijacked. The entire Ward 3 was also hijacked. The entire Ward 16 was hijacked. The entire Ward 14 was hijacked. All these things were done immediately after accreditation. You can see why the total number of votes allocated to PDP candidates is not in agreement with the total number of accredited voters in INEC portal, because the number of votes was not counted. Rather, it was allocated to anybody for a preferred candidate. Please, Mr. Returning Officer, we have presented enough evidence to you to cancel this election. Cancel this election and let us go home and prepare for next one. What we are collecting here is not an election. It's not a result, but a fabricated figure put together by PDP and the electoral officers. My friend BJ here knows me very well, and I know him. Ask him if my AJ collation agent was allowed in the collation center. We are not repeating. It's annoying. Please cancel the election. End the election now. Let us go.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The man of God. My name is Brian. I'm the state collection agent for PDP. I'm the state collection agent for PDP. On a lighter note, sir, we are in as you have cited, so first, I'm from Obiabo. I voted in my unit, and I know that the procedure was followed.
Okay, the report from Rivers State there would keep in touch with the team in Rivers State as soon as we're able to get very good feed from Port Harcourt, we'll return there. But of course, let's see how it works out in Rivers State. But what we also have to worry about, I hope it doesn't get to that, is post-election violence. Because Uvieteme George was talking about silence of the graveyard. And in many of these states where there were serious irregularities, where people are aggrieved, you know, in Lagos, we have not heard from Jandor, for example, the candidate of the PDP, but we understand that his deputy, Funke Akindele, has deleted anything related to politics from social media platforms, which in itself is a kind of protest, or will you say it's an acceptance of defeat? The Labour Party supporters, they are aggrieved. And, you know, in parts of Lagos, you don't know how all of this would end. But we just hope that the security agencies will not drop the ball in the identified difficult places like Rivers, like Lagos, because when you say security, it's pre-election, during the election, and also post-election. But we hope that the state, as state qua state, will not drop the ball in terms of that responsibility. Okay, we're back to River State now, Port Harcourt.
I want to find out whether you are comfortable with the Electoral Act. Are you comfortable with the Electoral Act? If you are comfortable with the Electoral Act, all this behavior will not adopt here, please. You have a process to follow. You have a process to follow. You have a section to follow, please. Please. Read the electoral. Read the Electoral Act and follow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, you are that's the new face. Okay. State Returning Officer, members of the High Table. My name is Chief Honorable Michael West. I am the State Collation Agent of APC River State. I just want my voice to be heard that my name is Chief Honorable Michael West. My heart is bleeding for Nigeria after 60 years, and we are still where we are. This is not democracy. We have not practiced democracy. We are not practicing democracy. I want the world to know we should take a cue from the Western world, US and UK in particular. What we are practicing here, it is not democracy. I'm sorry to say it. Obiako result has been presented. My collation agent at the LGA level in Obiako was arrested and taken away. He wasn't allowed to enter the collation area. Results were whisked away precisely at Imodaya, Romolimeni, and I heard the results being presented here, collated and presented here. My heart is bleeding. Thank you very much. My heart is bleeding for Nigeria. It is quite and very unfortunate that we are putting in multi-billion naira in democracy, and yet we are still at this level. It is very, very unfortunate. Now, we have not presented Asaritoro results. I'm from Asaritoro. We have not. We are collecting results yesterday, and all of a sudden, at about 12 minutes to 1, the results were carted away. ABC was in clear lead in all the 13 wards and brought to INEC. For now, as I speak, I don't know the whereabouts of the materials. So please, I want the High Table, I want the Resident Electoral Commissioner, I want the service chiefs to know this. It is very, very unfortunate. And if we go, I want the President to also hear my voice. I think something has to be done in Nigeria. Otherwise, I am afraid. I am really afraid. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, the last person, please. The last person, please.
Good morning, Aro. Once more, my name is Matthew Osika. I represent Action Alliance. When you always emphasize that these complaints should be written, documented, and presented, I laughed. Yesterday, an agent of SDP in Okrika, as soon as I left here, called my attention and said, I saw you. Please let me inform you. I've also informed our state collation agent that they documented reports from Okrika and brought here on Sunday. And INEC staff told them they don't work on Sunday, but we collated results on Sunday. We understand that this whole thing is a drama performed on a stage. You have your role to play. They have their role to play. Our role is to shout. Part of their role is not to listen to us. The media has their role to play to show the world what is happening here. We are in the last scene. This scene will lead to the declaration of result, and we will go. The next thing they will tell us is go to court. But there is an adage. When a man tells you go to look very well, it's either his father or his elder brother is the judge. That's why they will tell you go to court. At what point will these issues raised be investigated and then answers given before declaration? Please answer us, sir. Thank you.
Go back and read section 65 of the Electoral Act, please. Read section 65, please. Well, look, okay, collation officer, please present your result. Submit your result. Thank you.
No, are you not a Nigerian journalist? If I know Nigeria, will you continue to be a journalist? No, I'm asking you. If you, I don't know. Why you're a journalist? Don't tell me that. I have my conscience. You're telling me to kill my relationship. You're telling me I should be telling lies.
So thank you very much. You can step down. You can step down. You can step down. Okay, we still have another result available for now. Port Harcourt local government area. I think that's what they call part.
Did I show you the ones that they carry this?
Power gas. Yes. Power gas. Okay, the EO of Baga and your coalition officer, please introduce yourself and let's make progress.
My name is Eze Amadi, electoral officer, Port Harcourt City Local Government.
Thank you.
I am Professor Paul Etienne, collecting for Falga.
Thank you. Go ahead with your presentation.
All right. We start by knowing the total number of registered voters. We start by knowing the total number of registered voters. In Falga, 502370 registered for the election. 502370 accredited voters 47605 Now votes won by each of the parties. We start with A party 981. A party scored 981. AA scored 338. 338. 338. AAC 32. AAC 32. ADC 126. ADC 126. ADP 117. ADP 117. APC 8954. APC 8954. APGA 45. APGA 45. APM 19, APM 19, APP 53, APP 53, BP 29, BP 29, LP 4660, LP 4660, NNPP 15, NNPP scored 15, NRM 151, NRM 151, PDP 26892, PDP 26892, SDP 3974, SDP 3974, YPP 71, YPP 71, ZLP 52, ZLP 52. Total valid votes 46509, 46509. Rejected votes 1094, 1094. Total vote cast 47603, 47603. I'm done.
Thank you very much. Okay, any calculation?
One
You have now from the secretary for documentation purposes, prosecution purposes. And I know quite well that if I ask for comments, it's going to be the same reason. Election did not take place and results are compiled, and your agents were driven out from the hall. If that one is also true, let that one become the common denominator. A recurring decimal, except you have a deviation. And you cannot be emphasizing the same thing now. Cannot be emphasizing the same thing. So let's make progress. We have ability to vent our grievances.
Well, Mr. Stowe, yesterday I used a word, and you were very upset that I said we are here to fulfill all righteousness. But it's obvious that's what we are doing. The returning officer have just declared that the total number of accredited voters in Faga is 47,605. But on your IREF portal, we have 42,717. Now, in Faga, Ward 4, the entire result, the entire ballot paper marked with serial number 03565001, 03700000 was named Obiakpo and not Faga. But results have been entered in favor of a preferred. In that same word, this is bride, Victor, his only crime was to come out and SDP. He was our party agent. He was shot dead immediately after his protest. Now, this man is lying dead in the mortuary. I believe the CP is here. If I'm lying, he should also say so. This man is dead. Result has been entered. A lot of works in Faga was hijacked. Almost all the world. You can see when I heard that the Faga EO was here, I shouted Jesus Christ because I was not expecting anything from Faga. This is the reason why Jesus wept in John 11:35. But I can tell you, Jesus did not only wept, he's weeping today for Nigeria. He's weeping for River State. And I can tell you for free, sir, that if this will delay is coming in another 1,000 years. Because what is it coming to do? What is it coming to do? We have disappointed Nigerians. We have disappointed this country, and we are disappointing our family. If this result is entered, and then the blood of innocent people is flowing on the street of Port Harcourt, then we are not being fair to human race.
Thank you very much. You see, what we are complaining about here, the electoral rules and regulations guidelines is aware that document prepared by government and prepared by you and I is very clear in all these issues. We can call for review of the process. You can call for review of the results. That is what the law says. That is what the law says. No, you cannot. You cannot. You cannot. Yes. They told me that I should go ahead and then make sure that all documentations are accommodated. Thank you very much. No, I will not take any. I will not take any other comment, please. It's the same thing. No. I will. No. I'm okay. No. No, now it's the same issue. No, hold your mic, sit down, please. Give it to the man on the brown cap, not the black one, no. Today is black. Yesterday was red. Today is black cap. This one is an elder statesman, so he's maintaining some modicum of decency. Prof, sir, mine is not even you. Actually, you are not even responsible for what happened there. But, they've had their way, we are having our say. That's actually what is happening. But I wait from you, sir. Mr. CP, sir, I'm concerned about policemen who legitimize this. Policemen who we are seeing thumbprinting. Policemen who we are seeing carrying ballot materials. And you are CP for elections. Do we expect? Not simply. I have. See, he will talk like this because he's PGP agent with the dollars they were sharing. There, I don't want to talk about dollars people will carry openly. I didn't see you in particular. I wish I saw you. I would have presented the evidence. So, sir, back to what I'm saying. When law enforcement becomes part of the criminality, what is the hope of the ordinary man? I'm a bit worried, sir. That's what I'm asking, sir. This you can tell us. Thank you very much. That is not possible to answer. I'm very orderly. Okay. Collation officer, please present your results, please. Present your results. You have said enough, please. Thank you. We have said enough. No, you must not say the same thing. It's not in everywhere, please. We have heard your voice enough. We have heard your voice. Wait for answering Toro. After answering Toro, I mean, what is that? When those ones come, no, sign that. Gotcha. No, Even in any small election, there must be disagreement, and provisions are made. Provisions are made to address some of such grievances. It is expected that we should exploit all those provisions made available for us to exploit these grievances. Instead of getting it here, where we were not privileged to get into process 1, process 2, and process 3. We are not privileged to that. I'm not privileged to that. You know, this is what I know, but I can listen to what you are saying, then get all your documentation for the review process. Election laws say we can review after 7 days. So whatever we announce here is not even the end. You can review. Yes. I don't have. And I'm receiving them. Yes. Sorry, you don't have the power to speak as I'm speaking. Is there any other one ready? Okay, information reaching me is that we are still expecting Asare Toron, Akoko Toron, and Degema. So I don't
Madam, good morning.
Gentlemen, once again, I'm reliably informed that the EO and the collation officer for Degema local government area, they are here and seated. Please take the microphone, introduce yourself. Chief, you may drop that your sick vessel. The man on red cap, I think you are a chief now. You just stick that walking stick, please drop it. So introduce yourself. You introduce yourself. After that, give it to the returning the police officer to introduce yourself.
Good day all.
My name is Kenneth Etta, the electoral officer, Tegema local government area. My name is Kenneth Etta, the electoral officer, Tegema local government area.
Thank you.
Good evening, all. My name is Chief Professor. Good morning, all. My name is Chief Professor Barrister Ironkwe Wama.
Thank you very much. Sit down and present your. You are a chief, you are a professor, and you are a barrister. I pray that this one, nobody will question it. Thank you very much.
Election results for Tegema local government governorship 2023. Number of registered voters 98671. 98661. Number of accredited voters 9380. 9380. The votes received by each party are: Party A 261, Party A 261, Party AA 130, Party AA 130, Party AAC 18, Party AAC 18, Party ADC 52, Party ADC 52, Party ADP 55, Party ADP 55, Party APC 3107, Party APC 3107, Party APGA APGA 30, Party APGA 30, Party APM 20, Party APM 20, Party APP 12, Party APP 12, Party BP 1, Party BP 1, Party LP 102, Party LP 102, Party NNPP 2, Party NNPP 2, Party NRM 168, Party NRM 168, Party PDP 4437, Party PDP 4437, Party SDP 579, Party SDP 579, Party YPP 144, Party YPP 144, Party ZLP 11, Party ZLP 11. Total valid votes cumulative 9129. 9129. Rejected votes cumulative 251. Rejected votes cumulative 251. Total valid votes cast 9380. Total vote cast 9380.
Give me the total valid vote again. Total valid vote.
9129.
Thank you very much, Prof. Any cancellation?
No, sir.
Okay. Observation, comment. I think this one looks a little bit interesting. Okay. Somebody raise up his hand there. Go ahead.
Okay. I wanted to read part of some section of the Electoral Act for you, but I'll wait for next local government.
Okay.
Mr. Returning Officer, sir.
Yes, sir.
The local government returning officer just declared that what he has yesterday as total number of accredited voters in Degema was 9,308. And what you have in your portal, INEC portal, not SDP portal, 8,922. This is a clear case of overvoting. And also, it also showed that the ballot papers was not counted, was never counted. Rather, what they did, they waited for the accreditation to finish, hijack these materials to wherever, allocate the votes, and come here to announce. Ask the prof if my local government collation agent was there when he was entering this result. Please, I am calling you again, sir. This is more than enough evidence, including the one in your own portal, available to you there, just a punch on your phone, you can see it, that this election is marred with irregularities. Please cancel this election.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It's okay. I won't go further again because it's a recurring questions and recurring issues. There are avenues for us to address our grievances as provided by the Act, please. And this was exactly stated by our chairman, who gave me this temporary appointment. Thank you very much. Returning officer, collation officer, please submit your results, please.
Report from Rivers there, but now we still continue with our extensive coverage of the election. We now go live to Delta State to join our correspondent Jemima Boloko for updates in the state. Hello, Jemima.
They are intact. They have not been opened. Nobody has written even one figure inside these result sheets. This is from EC8E. It's also intact. No declaration has been made. Nothing has been written in the declaration of result sheets. Everything is intact. At the appropriate time, we will open them and write what we need to write when we finish collations. Thank you very much.
Well, we're waiting for the collation center there in Delta State. As soon as they're ready, we'll be back to Delta State. And then we're also covering River State, where the collation center is also announcing the results from the remaining local councils. But right now, we'll take a short break. When we return, Nigeria Decides 2023 will continue. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Nigeria Decides 2023 here on the Arise News channel. We now go back to Delta State, where our correspondent Jemima Boloko is available at the collation center. Good morning, Jemima.
Good morning, Dr. Ruben.
You are at the collation center. What's the situation? Report from Delta State. As of yesterday, about 12 local governments have been announced. How many local governments have now been announced today, or is the process just about to begin?
Dr. Ruben, so far so good. 23 local governments has been announced so far. We're just receiving word from the returning officer here at the headquarters in Asaba, the Delta State capital, that some INEC officials were held hostage since yesterday in Ughelli North. Specifically, he said in his own words, he said by the Deputy Senate President, who is the 5th citizen of Nigeria, they were held hostage in Orogu Ward 9 by the Deputy Senate President himself. But they've just been released and they're on their way to Asaba as we speak now.
Besides this hostage situation, Jemima, besides this hostage situation, have there been other reports of intimidation, especially by the principal candidates in Delta State?
Okay, last night we witnessed party agents from the APC and the Labour Party objecting several results from different local governments. They accused the APC of, the PDP rather, of intimidation from different local government areas. As of last night, when we left here around 7 p.m., the 18 local governments were announced, and they kept objecting these results. Some the APC party agents also accused the PDP of sharing fake results at Ughelli South as of yesterday night. Back to you.
All right, Jemima, real quickly, I'd like you to expatiate further on those allegations, against the number 5 citizen in this country, the Deputy Senate President. What particularly happened? And has reports been filed officially? And can we also get his own side of the story? Because this is very sad in our country.
Okay, Rufai, as I said earlier, the returning officer, or Wunari, George Will himself, is seated right behind. Okay, he's seated right behind me there. He just announced that the Deputy Senate President held these people hostage in his own words since last night. We're still trying to confirm how true that is. Like you said, we have to get his own side of the story first before we can make claims of these allegations. But this is a very serious allegations if they are true. But he just made an announcement a few moments ago that these officials are on their way back from Ughelli North, which is the deputy hometown of the DSP himself. Yesterday, the resident commissioner of Delta State, Monday Udotom, announced that there will be a supplementary election in 2 local governments in Baramatu and also Ukani, which is Delta North of the state. So we're yet to receive the results, hence the break that we see here. But those allegations, if they are true, we have to get the DSP's word first before we can make these claims through. Back to you, to the studio.
23 local governments so far, I guess out of 25 in Delta. But what trend?
No,
how many?
I said 23 local governments.
Have been announced.
23 local governments has just been announced. Yes, so far.
23.
So remaining 3, we have 25 local governments in. Yes, we have 25 local governments
yes.
in. Just remaining 2 rather.
Remaining
we have
2.
25 local governments in Delta State. So 23 have, yes.
Okay, now that 23 have been announced and you've been there, what's the trend? What do you observe? Because the same APC candidate that you talked about had already written letters of protest to INEC. So is it that the pendulum is swinging away from its direction? Where is the pendulum swinging in Delta State?
Okay, for violence, for things not to escalate, the returning officer himself has announced, or INEC officials have said we should not announce the result yet until they announce the result, which will be in a few moments. But as of now, the APC party agents have been objecting seriously, so that can give you a hint of what's really going down here. Even the Labour Party as well. If you could recall, the Labour Party swept Delta State during the presidential elections.
We have lost connection with Jemima there, but we're watching the situation in Delta State closely, just as we have our men on the ground in River State and other parts of the country.